Okay, so I would want to take a video giving you the overview of where to run the wiring to add fog lights to your 2019 or newer Ram 2500. I believe this should probably work for 15 and 3500 as well, because they're pretty similar. So there's another video that talks about where to wire to the BCM and all that. Well, here is the wire loom that comes out of the firewall. What I did is I followed that up on the factory wiring and then popped it out right behind this fuse box right here. From there, I couldn't get it behind this plastic battery cover or battery holder. So what I did is I went in to the frame. I went in behind the fender here. So behind the fender, if you can see this, all right, it's bright and going in dark is hard. So, all right, so you can see the wiring harness right here. This is the horns. So I basically just tied the loom in here, ran them right above the horns. There's a little channel where the horns are mounted to that you can run the wiring harness right there, right along the top of the fender there. From there, the ground will pop out on Mike's harness right here. Perfect length right there. So go to this forward ground post. From there, the harness continued down, going through here. So you can see where I tied in to the factory. I just zip tied onto the factory wiring harness to keep things nice and clean. And then that's what we ended up with. That's where the top right here is where Mike's harness stops. Mike will take a OEM Mopar wiring harness and cut the 16-pin connector off, and he'll wire up a 4-pin connector for you right here. That is the male version that'll go into his female plug right here. From there, you can see it uses all Mopar fir tree clips. So how you're gonna route this cross bumper wiring harness is you obviously want to start as far away from the harness as possible, and then from there what you're going to do is take the end of the harness, and there's a little window right in through here. It's rubber, it's flexible, you can see it right there. Put the H11 connector into there and feed it in a little channel and drop it out. It drops out right around here. So I'll show you underneath the truck here what we're looking at. So you can see where that drops out. Sorry, the truck's dirty. Like I said, uses all the OEM fir tree clips, and then this is where your H11 fog light will plug in. So again, uses all the OEM holes that are already there. Now, once you got that passenger side done, you're gonna have a wiring harness coming out here. You're gonna take the other side, do the exact same thing. There's a little in here. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There's a little, same exact little hole set up right there. You're on the other end of the harness in through there. Get this thing to focus. There we go. In through there. And then same thing, it'll wire along that channel. It'll drop down, and you kind of make a little bit of a box with the where all the fir tree clips go. Now, there on the OEM harness that I got from Mopar, or from Mike from Mopar, there are little holes. You can reach your hand in here, and if you're a little tab right here, right there, and then right here. They're all 3 circular tab holes for those little fir tree clips. The OEM Mopar harness on here and here are oval and not circular, so you can't plug those in. The one in the middle is circular, and that'll plug in no problem. However, with Mike's harness, he sends you a couple of these fir tree circular zip ties right here. So what you can do is zip tie this around your wiring harness, and then take that tab that's right down here, plug this fir tree clip right into that tab. So you will have, you'll use two, one right here and one right there. And that'll secure that wiring harness going right across the bumper where it's supposed to go. So one more time, I'll show you how everything ran. See, that's where the harness drops out, the crossover harness comes down here. Like I said, make a kind of a box, plugs into all the factory holes, and that's where Mike's harness goes, which goes, again, follows up and through here on the fender. So I hope that helps somebody out when they go to add fog lights to their Ram. Yeah, thanks.